Hi, I'm Susan Waters from Exceeding Joy. Our scripture this week is Mark 8:22-25, which says, "Then he came to Bethsaida, and they brought a blind man to him and begged him to touch him. So he took the blind man by the hand and led him out of the town. And when he had spit in his eyes and put his hands on him, he asked him if he saw anything. And he looked up and said, 'I see men like trees walking.' Then he put his hands on his eyes again and made him look up. And he was restored and saw everyone clearly." Today we're going to be looking at the segment touch. And in both translations that I read on Sunday, it just simply said touch him, and it was talking about Jesus touching the man. Power is released when we connect to Jesus. In the book of Mark, it talks about a woman who had an issue of blood for 12 years. She pressed through the crowd, and at great risk, because she would have been considered defiled and to be kept away from other people because of the Jewish laws. And she pressed through, and there was a crowd all around Jesus and his disciples. And Jesus said, "Who touched me?" And the disciples couldn't figure out what he was talking about because everybody was touching him. But he knew that someone touched him on purpose. Someone touched him to receive from him. And that connection released power from Jesus. And he looked around to see who it was. And in Matthew chapter 20, it says that Jesus touched the eyes of two blind men and they received their sight. So touching, connecting with Jesus is crucial when we receive. One touch from the Lord can change your life. So what are you waiting for? I have one challenge for you today. Connect with Jesus and receive from him. See, we don't touch him physically, but we connect with him. If you think of two people in a room, and one can be at the opposite end of the room, and their eyes can connect, and there's a connection. They acknowledge each other, they're connecting, and yet you could look at everyone else in the room and not connect with them. Connecting with Jesus is like that. We make that connection where it's like a plug going into an outlet. It's not sitting there looking at the plug or looking at the outlet. It's actually making that connection. And that's when we're positioned to receive the power that is released when we plug in to the Lord. So connect with him, receive from him, and bless you in the process. We'll see you tomorrow.